And sanctioned by the Mohegan Tribe Department of Athletic Regulations, Mark Brown, chairman of the tribe. 3 judges at ringside for this bout: Glenn Feldman, Frank Lombardi, and Clark Sammartino. And the referee is Johnny Callis. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for 10 rounds of boxing in the junior welterweight division. Introducing the combatants, to my right, I should say, in the blue corner, wearing black with white trim, weighing in at 146 pounds, a record of 15, 12, and 3, with 11 wins by way of knockout. From Decatur, Georgia, he is Dangerous Dillon Carew. And to my left in the red corner, wearing red with white trim and weighing in at a ready 143.5 pounds. A record of 28, 25, and 6, including 14 wins by way of knockout. He's from Brownsville, Texas, Emanuel Augustus.
Let's do it. Come on in here, gentlemen. Dillon, Emanuel, you received your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Above all, keep this a clean and legal, fair bout. And beyond that, always follow my commands. First command right now is I want you to touch gloves, touch them up. And the bell rings, come out fighting. Good luck to the both of you.
John Callis, the referee. Good crowd here at Mohegan Sun Casino, getting set for our main event. Emanuel Augustus, who fought many years as Emanuel Burton, but legally changed his name in 2001. And there is Dillon Carew.
Yeah, you ready?
Caribbean champion, South American champion.
Yeah.
As I alluded to in the open, Emanuel Augustus has faced 8 world champions in his career. Dillon Carew, similar, 6 world champions. They actually have 3 opponents in common: Leonard Doran, Tabata Hurtado, and David Diaz, the '96 Olympian. I mean, they lost to each of the guys, but that's a common foe here for these guys.
Augustus just turned 30. Carew is 34. Nice combination by Dillon Carew.
That's what Carew have to do. He have to outwork and out-hustle Emanuel Augustus. Every time Augustus has lost, it's because he's been outworked.
Nice combination again by Carew. The question will be, in light of what happened against Chris Smith, will be how he is. Does he have the stamina and the conditioning to be strong at the end of this bout? Round 10 when Smith stopped him.
He's setting a nice pace right now. Like you said, can he maintain it? I think Augustus is just looking for the opening, see what Dillon's going to present.
I was actually at that fight in New York with Chris Smith and Dillon Carew. Good fight, very competitive fight. Then he got tired. His corner, obviously he had an agreement with his corner. His corner realized the situation and stopped the fight.
It's got to be he's got 25 losses, Augustus. He's got to be the greatest fighter in the world with 25 losses.
59 fights total.
Right, and he's only
30 years old.
He's getting to the point where people will fight him, but they really don't want to. But he's not an easy win. They fought Mayweather hard time.
In talking to him about fighting a southpaw, he didn't seem to be too concerned, but I think it's giving him a little bit of a problem thus far.
Well, it's funny. I like what he told us yesterday, that he likes to please the crowd, but that's not working for him. So now if you boo him, they don't care as long as he pleases the judges. That's what he wants.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, his last fight with Courtney Burton, I mean, he put on an excellent boxing display, defense, offense, and to have a fight that's taken from you like that, it hurts. So I would like to see where his mindset is at tonight.
Good exchange.
One thing I like, Augustus is digging some nice body shots on the inside.
Augustus' mindset last night, Brian, was I just have to find a way to win. Final seconds of round one.
Watch your heads. Time.
Round two scheduled for 10. The southpaw in the black trunks is Dillon Carew, and the red trunks, Emanuel Augustus. I thought Augustus was coming on late in round one.
I was almost giving the round to Carew, and just the way Augustus was scoring clean shots right in the last 30 seconds or so, that's what gave him the round on my card.
Same here. I thought he picked it up the last 15, 20 seconds, really picked it up.
I stayed with Carew because I thought he did enough to win the round, but I thought Augustus really was making it close.
It's fair, though.
Well, Brian had a good point. You wonder how his mindset was going to be, and for about 2 minutes, it didn't look like his mindset was there, and he just seemed to wake up.
What I'm starting to notice early is Dillon is starting to give ground. I mean, there's a difference between lateral movement and giving ground. He's starting to give ground early.
Why do you think, Brian?
I mean, maybe the pressure is extreme because Augustus is applying nice pressure. Maybe the pressure is extreme. You know, maybe he's doubting his own stamina. Could be a few things.
You notice Dillon Carew's legs are starting to go wider and wider already.
He's starting to give ground.
Yeah.
He's like fighting out of defense early.
Trying to land that big left hand.
Nice body work.
Yeah, good work by Emanuel Augustus.
Dillon Carew needs to sharpen up on his jab. His jab is coming a little slow.
Now it's like an Emanuel Augustus clinic right now.
Augustus winning the job on the inside, winning it by throwing a lot of punches and landing to the body and going upstairs.
I think that shot to the body right in the stomach hurt him.
And body shots are working. See, now it's like he's trying to fight and punch just to keep Augustus off of him, as opposed to punching, you know, out of offense. You need to get off the ropes and stiff jabs. Augustus has a little swelling on his right eye, so stiff jabs.
Carew stole a look into his corner for some instructions. Augustus landed a couple of good straight right hands. I thought that was a good lead for him against the southpaw.
What you got to do. But also, Carew was telling us how he has to adapt. You can adapt to any style. And Emanuel Augustus just coming forward, applying pressure, and he's not adapting to that. I mean, that's basic. And I think he's being overmatched right now. He's getting buzzed a little bit by Augustus.
When you look at Augustus' record, it's horrible, but the dude is world class.
Coming to the end of round two.
Time! Woo, nice work. Way to listen, guys. You're class act. Nice job, gentlemen. Nice
Round
job.
three, scheduled for 10. Good round, I thought, for Emanuel Augustus, Brian.
I agree. I mean, you can't argue with that round.
Make it unanimous.
You know, in between rounds, you know, Dillon Carew's corner, Darius Ford and Reggie Ford, which both were excellent boxers in their day. You know, they were emphasizing box, stay off the ropes.
Carew seems like he's picking it up. His offense up. Nice little jab, too.
That's what I mean. Stiff jabs. You want to get respect with your jab. Nice body shot.
Good work.
Don't take
by
them body
Augustus.
shots.
That's a series of 5 or 6 shots that were all
Watch your
hard and
heads.
all landed.
I would rather get hit on the chin than the body.
How long does it take you to recover from a body shot? Or does that just go through the whole fight?
It depends. If you hit right, it'll stay with you for about 2-3 days. Seriously.
Trying to read the look on Augustus's face. Seems a little bit frustrated. I don't know if he's frustrated just going after Carew. Carew has been circling a lot, but that's once Carew stops, it's all Augustus.
I think Augustus knows in his mind that if he picks it up, he'll get a
Somebody's
knockout.
mouthpiece came out.
Good flurry of punches.
don't know if the referee knows that the mouthpiece is
No, I
out.
don't think he noticed.
Augustus is coming forward.
A lot of trouble for Carew.
It was Carew's mouthpiece, I believe. And body shots really killing him.
Augustus looks like he's taking it out on Carew for every bad decision he's ever gotten.
Hey, break. Step back. Don't punch. Come on. Time. Neutral corner. You got your mouthpiece or his? Yours. It's your mouthpiece? Time. Give me time. Time. It's your
Gotta
mouthpiece.
wash
Go.
it.
Okay. Let's go. Let's make it quick. Make it quick, coach.
And we'll check out the mouthpiece there.
Great. No talking. Beautiful. Go over here. Go over here.
I want to make sure that they washed it off.
Nice.
John Callis went over, made sure it belonged to Carew. Carew got a little bit of a breather.
But give him credit. He didn't stop and tell the referee, I don't have my mouthpiece.
Right.
He didn't stop.
Carew's okay when he stays off the ropes. As soon as he gets to the ropes, Augustus is all over him.
Right, he got to keep circling. And I would do stiff, I would have him throw stiffer
Come in
jabs.
front, yeah.
And keep stepping around. Oh, nice body shot.
Augustus seems to land right down the middle with that straight right.
Yeah, up.
Borderline with a right hand, gets a caution from the referee, John Callis. Carew got in a left hook, but he's taken several punches as we come to the end of round 3.
Dillon, mouthpiece in the mouth.
Our main event on Broadway Boxing, junior welterweights, Emanuel Augustus in the red trunks, Dillon Carew in the black, and a good left hand by Carew ended round 3, Tony.
Yeah, I still giving the rounds to Augustus. He builds up a nice, puts a lot of money in the bank, so to speak. A lot of work, a lot of inside work, a lot of headshots, and Carew came on a little too late.
Good left hook by Augustus. Another one lands.
His whole career, he has lost decisions where he's been outworked. Tonight he came in with it on his mind to work. Now he's outworking Dillon Carew. Some shots are hard, but some shots are just touching. Like they're just touching.
Good straight right hand got in there.
I like the way Augustus puts himself in range to punch. Gets himself, shuffles over a little bit, goes to an angle, and then works from there.
That's the experience.
Yeah.
I mean, he fought Floyd Mayweather, and this was when Floyd Mayweather's defense was like at the top of his game, and he was able to hit Floyd Mayweather with no problem.
His hands are a little bit quicker than Carew.
Okay.
There's some talking going on between the fighters that apparently the heads banged together.
Keep him up,
And
yeah.
I think Augustus was upset about it.
He's
Maybe
cut.
some bleeding, yeah.
Carew was cut.
Carew maybe cut over the right eye.
I mean, think about Augustus. He clowns around a lot in the ring, but he's a very humble, nice young man outside the ring.
He's not clowned around tonight. All business tonight.
Yes.
Blood coming down the side,
Heads
the
on.
right side of the face of Dillon Carew.
See, Carew can't wait on him. Carew has to be first. Be first.
He's letting Augustus just walk in and
Right.
jab to stop him and slow him down.
Right. See, right there, he's waiting for Augustus to punch before he's trying to counterpunch.
Keep him up, yeah.
It's Augustus who's adapting to whatever he gets. You give me the body, I'm going to whack it there. You bring your hands down, I'm going upstairs. Nice combinations, too.
And believe it or not, it could be simple. It could be simple for Carew. All you have to do, don't get ground. He's southpaw. Keep your pivot foot inside and just keep slipping around. Make Augustus turn to you every shot he has to turn to you if you keep stepping around. But he's making it easy for
I
Augustus.
like the fact that Augustus isn't wasting any energy. He's now just throwing wild punches. Every punch seems to be short and efficient.
Yeah.
Tonight he's a professional.
Interesting how Carew backed up out of there.
Final seconds of round 4. Carew needs some work on the cut over the right eye. Augustus finished strong.
Okay, come on, come on. Keep it clean, keep it clean, come on.
Out for round 5, scheduled for 10. Tony, what do you think through 4?
Still got it a shutout. I'm just leading to Augustus. He's just outworking him, out hustling him, and like I said, no clowning around from him tonight.
Brian?
40-36 for Augustus.
I gave round 1 to Carew, the last 3 to Augustus.
I mean, I know it's still early on in the 5th round, but you know, you see performances like this from Augustus, and it frustrates you, especially if you're in his camp, you're his manager, you're his promoter. It frustrates you because the guy can fight. Then he'll go out the next fight, he'll clown around, and he just won't fight.
Watch those heads.
And he'll wind up losing.
Right.
He's auditioning for promoters, so this kind of performance, I think, gets guys more interested.
But he had to put a string of 4 or 5 of these together before a promoter take him serious.
Couple of good punches landing for Augustus. Carew felt them, though he shook his head no.
And watching on the inside, Augustus positions himself where he could throw either the right hand or the hook.
They're short punches, they're landing, they're effective. A flurry to the body. Well done by Augustus.
You know what's more impressive is Carew is 3 inches taller and has a 7-inch reach advantage, and none of it's making any difference.
As Brian said right at the top, he's not keeping him off with a jab at all.
That's a lazy jab. He's just trying to touch him as opposed to trying to, you know, put some hurt with the jab. Especially from a southpaw, that side can be very confusing if you use it right.
But you know, Augustus has seen so many fighters. He doesn't care who shows up, lefty or righty.
Actually, he fights pretty good southpaw himself.
Yep.
Remember the Great War with Mickey Ward, he turned southpaw. Hell of a fight with Mickey Ward.
I mean, you can't help but learn from all the fighters he's fought, all the good fighters. But you don't want to put him in with a young prospect who's not ready yet, because he'll walk right through him with his experience.
Well, my last fight, he was the co-feature on my show, and he fought a young guy who went on to fight Miguel Cotto for the title, Kelson Pinto. And I thought he was going to take Kelson Pinto to school. Kelson Pinto was able to out-hustle him and outwork him. And that's just a knock on the guy. You can outwork him. Tonight, that's not the case.
Good work by Augustus. He doesn't have the big punch, but he lands. He lands effective punches. Well, that's the mental focus you're talking about.
Yes.
And which boxer will show up tonight? Through 5 rounds at least, we're seeing a very focused Emanuel Augustus.
Augustus has Carew leaning, so watch for that uppercut.
End of round 5.
Nice work, nice work.
Sam Rosen, Tony Page, Brian Adams, ringside at Mohegan Sun Casino in Uncasville, Connecticut. This is our main event on Broadway Boxing, with Emanuel Augustus in the red trunks and Dillon Carew in the black trunks. Round 6, scheduled for 10. There have been no knockdowns. Augustus has been in command.
Brian, is Augustus making a mistake by dropping both of his hands?
Well, he's in our comfort zone. I mean, it's hard to really break the clowning from, you know, from your last fight. He's been doing this whole career, so it's hard to really break that clowning mode. So you're going to see a little of that tonight. I just don't think you're going to see as much. So him dropping his hands, that's just, you know, the old Augustus.
Oh, there we go.
He feels he's in control, so he's having a little bit of fun. I mean, Carew has been fighting since '92. This is where his experience needs to kick in. And the guys start clowning around. This is when he needs to take over.
Body work by Augustus.
Per bout, Augustus has averaged close to 8 rounds per bout. Carew, about 6.5, a little over 6.5 rounds.
So they're used to going this pace at these
No
rounds.
retaliation, guys.
I mean, Augustus went 12 rounds with Teddy Reed, who's one of the biggest punchers in the sport.
He's throwing punches. Seems like he takes a breath Early in the round, it seemed like he got mad that he got hit. And here he comes again.
Now he's back in line. Got his focus back. Left hook lands.
As I said in the open, when he's focused, he's on mentally, he's a pleasure to watch. Short movements inside, slip counter. As you said, Sam, no wasted punches.
No. Carew has not landed anything the last couple of rounds that's been sharp, that's in any way slowed down the pace of Augustus.
Keep your hands out his ears, Dillon.
Yeah, he needs to change the tempo. He needs to do something to push Augustus back. Right now, he's been moving back the entire fight. He needs to change that.
Brian, has ever come a time in a fighter's doing a fight where he'll say, you know what, I just want to go to distance?
That happens a lot, especially when you feel you're overmatched. I mean, mentally you feel you're overmatched. You know, you have that pride where you're not going to get knocked out.
Right, but you're not going to try and win either.
Right. You'll do just enough to make it look like you're fighting.
So you get another payday down the road.
This doesn't seem to be about where either guy overmatches the other. These are, I think, same class of fighter.
Yeah.
I would agree. It's just tonight who's on.
Nice work, nice work, nice work.
All right, round 7 coming up. Your thoughts, Brian, on Emanuel Augustus? There he comes out a little dancing. Okay.
Well, in between rounds, he was dancing in the corner on the stool. He was sitting there dancing. But this is the Augustus that you don't want to see.
This surprises me.
Right, be a professional. You don't want to see this.
We know when he told us that, Sam, I think of the fighters who say they're going to change their style, and as soon as they get hit, they go back to the old style. So he's ahead of the fight. He's, in a sense, letting Carew into the fight.
Well, I mean, and despite this, he could be winning a round, but, I mean, human nature, you know, calls for you not to like stuff like this.
Yeah.
So the judges may, you know, he may lose this round for just clowning and dancing. And this is what he needs to understand.
Get back to business.
Right.
Now, if he used that to play a little possum, that's cool. But this thing, you know, I don't think he gets points for that in Connecticut.
I mean, this is a sport where you can be called world champion. And the organizations don't like an embarrassment. And if you clowning, you know, you just a show, they'll never award you a decision, a hard-earned decision, if you deserve it.
And I don't know that it's necessarily crowd-pleasing either. I don't know if he's just having fun for himself. He wants to take a round off. And
I mean, if he would have started out the fight doing this, then maybe it could be crowd-pleasing. But I mean, the guy was working. He was doing his job in there. Then to turn around and start clowning, I mean, the crowd can be like, you know, what the heck is he doing?
I thought the crowd was just enjoying what he was doing, fighting.
Right.
The mouthpiece came out again from Dillon. Brian, what makes the mouthpiece come out? Is being tired or the body shot?
Breathing, you know, breathing with your mouth open, not biting down on your mouthpiece. Breathing with your mouth open, getting hit, and you make that, you know, sound, and the mouthpiece just fly out.
Augustus back focused.
Time! Stop!
Now, referee John Callis stops the time in the round. We'll get the mouthpiece.
Let's go. If it comes out again, I'm going to take a point away. I don't want to do
There you see Augustus working on him. Let's see if we can see it come flying out. There it is.
Okay.
Nice work.
Take a point away.
He just had his mouth open. Took a punch.
Time and let's go.
About 48 seconds to go in round 7. Augustus has taken the lead. He has controlled the fight. Now he switches to southpaw. And again, this is something I don't understand.
Hey. And to me, Dillon Carew just never established his jab.
No.
To me, the key for him was the jab. He just never really established it. You know, forget about being macho. Forget about taking punches and trying to fight. Box.
Augustus in charge as we come to the end of round 7. Robert Campos in the corner. Crowd enjoying our main event on Broadway Boxing here at Mohegan Sun Casino, round 8.
I'd like to see Augustus just close the show out. Go to distance, but just fight the way he's been fighting, not that clowning.
Well, his corner just told him, you know, stop the clowning, step it up. Apply a little bit more pressure, let your hands go. As I mentioned, it could be, you know, it's frustrating watching a guy you know have talent just clown around.
Augustus is in shape, throwing a lot of punches. Nice left hook, that hurt him.
Carew trying to throw some big punches, but gets the worst of it. Right hand scores big, and the left hook.
Talk about closing the show.
That's a good response from Augustus when Carew started to come at him a little bit. For the first time in several rounds, Carew showed aggressiveness. And once again, the mouthpiece comes out. You hear the crowd
taking a point.
Oh, okay.
3 times is the rule.
That's right. I'm sorry, man. I had to make that point. It came out.
But I thought that was a great response by Augustus.
Came on, showed this, opened up, shots were landing flush.
He listened to his corner.
And lands a left hook out of a southpaw stance. Right hand by Augustus.
Yeah, I've seen him fight southpaw a few times. He's an excellent southpaw fighter.
Still scoring with the body shots from the southpaw stance.
8th round, and he's not neglecting the body. This is where Dillon Carew needs to settle down and fight.
In front, yeah.
2.5 rounds left. This is where he needs to settle down and fight. I mean, you don't have a big knockout record, but anything can happen.
But you know, when he got the worst of that last exchange, I wonder how much that took out of him.
Mouthpiece again.
Here comes the uppercut.
Uppercut, stop, through the mouthpiece out again.
He's not going to let him take a break. That's why he's stepping up his offense. He's going to try and stop him right here.
Augustus going for it, putting the pressure on, good body shots.
Got to be a lull in the action, and he's not taking a lull.
Good left hook by Augustus. I don't know if the referee has seen it, but the action continues.
The body shots.
Oh, yeah, solid body shots.
And you're right, Tony. He's not allowing. Oh, there's a law.
But that was something. He knew his mouthpiece was out. He would not slow down. He picked up his offense. That's a veteran tactic.
Take it. You want to continue, man, or you spin that mouthpiece out? No. In the corner.
His trainer, Darius Ford, just told him if you don't show him something, he's going to stop the fight.
Well, it's late, and that's what happened.
Come on, keep it in your mouth.
In his last bout against Chris Smith. He tired late and was taking a pounding.
Now, this stage of the
Good right hand by Augustus.
Beautiful right hand.
What were you going to say, Brian?
This stage of the fight, it's hard to really coach in between rounds. You tell the guy one thing, listen, do you want to fight, yes or no? It's hard to sit there and give him instructions this late in the fight.
Final seconds of the 8th round. Emanuel Augustus in command.
Mouthpiece again, I think. Early in the last round, Augustus coming in, nice right hand, short, right on the button. You can see another right hand, blocked by Carew, left hook by Augustus. Just keeps throwing those punches, and this way he started to pick it up because the mouthpiece came out, would not allow a lull in the action. Augustus just kept forcing the action, See Carew trying to come back, a little bit too little, too late.
And
all Augustus.
And this fight is all over.
Good move by the
yes.
doctor in the corner.
Yes.
Good move.
Carew's corner has stopped the fight. It had become one-sided, and that's an outstanding performance by Emanuel Augustus.
And it looked, they basically took the fight away from Carew. Looked like he just didn't want to fight. We talked about that, trying to get to the 10th round. just to survive. Couldn't even do that.
Good performance by Emanuel Augustus. But as I mentioned, watching the guy, I love to watch him perform when he's focused. Tonight he was focused. A little clowning around once or twice, but overall he was focused, dominant performance.
The clowning, in his defense, the clowning came when he was in total command of the fight.
Yeah.
Early on, he was all business.
Yeah, but in order for him to stay on the championship level, you don't want him to clown at all. If he's dominating, you want him to do just like he did, close the show and finish the guy.
It's a very impressive fight for a veteran boxer at age 30 who lost a tough decision last time. He's kind of in that can go either way stage.
Well, towards the end of the fight, Dillon Carew just leaning in, trying to just survive the round, as we mentioned. Emanuel Augustus not allowing him to tie up, keeping his hands moving, keep moving, stand on the attack. Dillon Carew looks, defeated already.
No.
Emanuel Augustus just keeping his hands moving. No hard shots, just touching them, touching them, touching them. Not neglecting the body. Good body shot on the inside. Head movement, still. Catch a little shot there, but it's out, Carew's fighting defensively.
And he took every opening. You see the opening. Look at he landed a right hook, landed an overhand right, landed an uppercut.
Yeah, all the punches were there.
Every opening that was there, he landed.
Body, head, uppercut, hook, straight punch.
Good job by Emanuel Augustus, because anybody looking at this fight can tell that he's worth putting in the ring. Certainly as, again, against a contender. It certainly sets him up for a better fight against a better opponent, and you can see he's competitive. He's a quality boxer.
Yes, but as I mentioned, the thing, in order for him to be taken serious, he needs to put a string of performances like this,
Right.
3-4 together, in order for him to be taken serious.
I think if he gets a fight against a contender, a top 10 guy, I think then that'll be the test for him. Can
Right.
he be serious enough to win a fight like that, stay focused, win a fight like that, and then maybe thrust himself into a championship position? Because we've said every time he has gone against a top opponent, he's been competitive, but he's lost.
Right. And I can recall him fighting Alex Trujillo, who was an undefeated lightweight prospect at the time. Dominated Trujillo. Took the whole fight out of him. Then the next fight, he go in, he don't win. He's not focused. He clowns around and he loses.
Let's get the official announcement from ring announcer Sid Rosenberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dillon Carew did not come out for the 9th round, so referee Johnny Callis calls it after 8 rounds. The winner by technical knockout, his 29th win overall, and his 15th knockout from Brownsville, Texas, Emanuel Augustus.